My show about to come on.
My name is Zay.
And my name is Shay.
You're in the zone now.
We don't come to play.
Yeah, we got the best footage.
And you know that's how we do
That
it.
really sums up our conclusion.
Plus we have the best solutions.
Watch, react, repeat
We have tenacity.
to give you what you need.
Like and subscribe are good to me.
Appreciate the love.
Go ahead and share and get a grub.
Let's leave the song alone.
You know why?
Cause we in the zone.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
And yo, and yo.
It's your girl, Shay.
This is Zay.
And you are
In the zone.
Listen, today
It's a brand new day. Yes, sir.
we got to tell a testimony
Mm.
because we were struggling.
Struggling real bad.
We were
We
struggling.
were struggling real bad.
But the
Perseverance.
guest, our special guest that we have today,
If only y'all knew.
extraordinary.
If only y'all
Second to none.
knew. Second to none.
But before we go into the details, we need you to do a couple things now.
Please.
Please subscribe to our channel.
And like it.
You see that?
The video. You got to like it.
Okay, turn your notifications on.
Do that.
Also, follow our social media.
Please.
We have Facebook.
Facebook.
Please don't start that.
We
We have Instagram.
got Instagram.
We have TikTok,
Talk.
and
Yeah.
we have Twitch.
Twitch. Ooh.
Michael, please.
Don't do.
Anyway, so make sure you follow us to keep in touch and see what's going on. If you have any suggestions,
Yes, put it in the comments or reach out to us via social medias that we just said.
yes. Let us know who do you want us to react to and see next. And let's get into it. The wait
Here it
is
is.
over. The wait is over. No, you got this.
That's what I'm doing. It's just the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
of it.
Okay,
It
anyway.
gets to that part.
I'm gonna read his bio. Vincent Chandler
Mhm.
is a trombonist, educator, composer, scat singer, band leader,
Yes,
and
sir.
conductor from Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to Detroit, the Music City.
Motor City too.
He has shared the stage with Detroit Jazz All-Stars, such as Ken Cox, Donald Walden, Harold McKinney, Wendell Harrison, Marcus Belgrave, Rodney Whitaker, Regina Carter, Marion Hayden, Robert Hurst, and James Carter. That's a lot, y'all.
That's a whole lot.
Vincent has performed, I felt so bad. Mr. Chandler has performed nationally with Joe Henderson, Stephon Harris, Jerry Allen, Jeff Tane Watts, Ravi Coltrane, J.D. Allen, the Oliver Lake Big Band, and the Ambrose Akinmerus Big Band. I hope I got that close to right. He performed internationally with the JLC, featuring Wynton Marsalis and the Roy Hargrove Big Band. Now that's nice.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Big props.
He was a featured artist on the 2009 Playboy Jazz Festival. Okay, finish the phrase. Playboy Jazz Festival. Thank you. Don't leave that out. Okay, where he performed with Marcus Miller, Herbie Hancock,
Herbie, my
Kev
lord.
Moe, and the Roy Hargrove Quintet. He was a featured soloist on Roy Hargrove's only big band CD called Emergence. He is currently an assistant professor of jazz studies at Wayne State University, conductor of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, Civic Jazz Orchestra, Detroit Symphony Orchestra Paradise Jazz Series Big Band member, and a 2020 Kress or Kreisgay artist fellow. He's going to talk about that. But Most of all, first of
The
all,
crazy thing is, they ain't even the end of the list, y'all.
he
They
was
ain't even
our
the end.
professor.
He was our
Yes.
jazz instructor, and that ain't even
We
it.
have the luxury of claiming that.
I'm telling you, he was also a band director at Claflin University,
Hello.
South Carolina State
I'm sorry.
University.
Say the first one more time. Say the first one more time.
Claflin University.
Yes. CU. CCU.
I'm not gonna say it.
We know.
Back to Claflin University, South Carolina State University, University of Michigan, and Michigan University, Michigan State University. My apologies.
Yes, man. Listen, he left our sophomore year, and I'm so glad.
It was a sad day,
that I had the experience, because if it wasn't for Mr. Chandler, I wouldn't have even been in band my sophomore year. Because if you was at Claflin when we was at Claflin,
whoo, jazz was a different type of animal.
That was the only band.
I'm telling you.
And I mean, he wrote the music that we played. Like,
it was so authentic, just very authentic.
GOAT status. Okay. We wasn't just reading
everybody else stuff that somebody else wrote.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
This was original.
Camouflage.
Original.
You know, yeah, original music by the one and only. So no further ado.
Let's bring him in.
We gotta bring him in, man.
Bring him in.
Mr. the Legend, Vincent Chandler. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That is the best introduction I've ever had.
We were shooting for it. We were shooting for it. You know we were shooting for it.
Yes. How are you feeling?
From two of my best students at Claflin. I really appreciated having y'all as students.
He just told you that because I'm here.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's all that was.
Don't do that.
Listen, Mr. Chandler, okay, what age did you start playing?
I started playing at about 10, 11 years old. I guess I was in like the 5th grade. Started with just a plastic recorder, and then we got a chance to the following year we got a chance to choose the instrument that we wanted to play.
Right.
I'm in the back of the line, everybody picking their instruments. I want to play saxophone, I want to play this, the teachers handing them cases. When I finally got up to the front of the line and I ran through my list of things that I wanted to play, they had already been accounted for. So the band director was like, "You're going to be my trombone player," you know.
Wow.
And as it turns out, a lot of professional trombone players have that story in the sense that they were chosen to play trombone versus that was the instrument they initially wanted to play.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Because when I was in school, well, my band teacher, we had to try each thing. Like, she had the little flute, the front part, and so all of us had to blow into that. And then we had the saxophone part, and then we had the brass mouthpiece. So whatever we could do was what we could play, unless, it was percussion. But I did sax because, yeah. But eventually I did do trombone, but I'm nowhere near to, Mr. Chandler.
Right.
I think one of the most memorable moments for me at Claflin was my freshman year when you scattered. Like, when I tell you, y'all, the whole concert went crazy. Like, you would have thought it was church. Like, everybody was standing up, hollering.
So did.
Like, it just went so crazy. Like, and I remember my mom and my uncle were there. And my uncle is so old school, and he loves jazz. And he just thought you were so phenomenal. Like, he was recording you. He was like, man, like, that guy, like, does he have a record? What was it? And I remember he was fussing at us that day before.
Yeah.
Right before that. Fussing, but it was worth it, in the end, man. How did you start scatting?
Well, probably as a result of the fact that I'm not good at remembering lyrics. So everything I hear, I just put syllables to it versus actually remembering lyrics. And especially when it comes to jazz, if I'm listening to some Miles Davis, some John Coltrane, I'm listening to those records tens and hundreds of times, and to the point to where I'm singing along with the records. So what eventually happened is I was on a gig and my chops got tired. So I told the audience, I said, you know what, I'm going to scat this next song because my lips are tired. And I said, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know, and I'll never do it again. So I scattered, and I got a similar reaction that I got at Claflin from that audience. And from that point on, I would do it almost once every performance as like kind of like a gimmick type of thing, you know. But it always turned out to be the most popular thing that happened. Like no matter what I did with that trombone, when I scattered, that kind of won the house, you know.
I feel that.
Yeah, like
I feel that.
Because it's rare nowadays, like, you know, in the authenticity and how you do it, because it's not your regular syllables and your syncopations aren't so typical. Like it just fluctuates and it's so random. It's not always, it doesn't seem rehearsed. Like
and you can feel the emotions behind it too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I mean,
you feeling
to the point
it,
where he was hollering, he was
you know,
screaming.
that's what I'm saying. Like
I mean, and I almost stopped playing, like, because I was playing that year. This is why I'm the favorite, because you did. But I played set, but you didn't play at that concert though.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all right.
It was, that was one of my favorite moments. So what kind of drew you to jazz?
Well, I want to respond to something you just said. I really appreciate your critique of my scatting, because the reason why that happens is I have more freedom with my voice than I have with the trombone. So scatting is kind of like an alter ego, and is where I have my most freedom. Like I don't have the technical constraints that I have with the trombone. So when it comes to rhythm, I'm not only considering jazz, I'm considering language and the sound of different languages. I'm not bilingual, but we know how it sounds when we hear you know, Far East Asians speaking, or we hear Europeans speaking. We know how those languages sound and the kind of rhythm and the kind of sounds that they make. I consider linguistic sounds when I'm scatting, and rhythms. But I also consider subdivisions of the beat. You know, like we got the whole note, the half note, the quarter, etc. So when I'm scatting, the average person, when they're scatting, they're probably scatting predominantly eighth notes.
Right.
So me, I'm considering eighth note triplets, 16th notes, sextuplets, 32nd notes. You know, and I'm aware of how that fits within the beat at all times. And so but the other thing is that I also consider the expression in church. Like they talk about speaking in tongues, and like spiritually speaking, I don't do that. I just had to put that out there. But what I can relate to the feeling behind it.
Right.
And basically it is an expression. It's kind of like it's a spiritual expression. It's a very emotional expression.
Right.
And ultimately it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of like scatting, because they're not speaking a language that we recognize. It's syllables. So that level of expression is also something that I consider when scatting. That level of emotional and spiritual freedom is all in that. Everything. Not only that, I also consider hip hop. I grew up with hip hop, so those rhythms are also in my scatting as well.
Yeah,
you got to bring it all into the table musically.
Okay, this is the last question I want to ask you before we get into the video. Okay, what was your opinion of us as students when we were at Claflin?
Y'all were, like I said, two of my favorites, because you were serious.
I say.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, Mr. Chandler was cool on many different levels. Ain't that right, Mr. Chandler?
My whole thing was to try to give you all good experiences with the music, opportunities to learn and just address different types of music through different types of experiences. But when it came to the two of you, I could rely on y'all to really be anchors to the band. You all function out of love and passion. You cared about the music. You loved the music. Y'all practiced the music, and you were musicians outside of school. You know, so it wasn't something that you were trying to figure out, like you're in college trying to develop a music career. You were already active musicians. And so it was really it was great to have like strong members in the band like that, and I can rev the rest of the members of the band up to where you all were, you know.
Cool,
That's
cool.
so touching. I appreciate you.
Boy, yeah, because I remember we would go on certain gigs and Mr. Chandler would be like, you said you know how to play sax? I was like, yes, sir. He said, okay, I need you to play Barry. And I'd be like, okay. We would go to the whole gig. It was like whatever was needed to a degree. I mean, I couldn't do the trombone like that. But when we had to take like a brass ensemble, I did do trombone. And yeah. I'm gonna buy a P-bone, the little plastic trombone.
You should. I think they only cost like what, about $200 or
max? Yeah, 200. Yeah, but I don't think they have like that F valve. But speaking of how to play, Mr. Chandler's playing is second to none. Even though he scats great, it's like,
I'm telling you,
because it's already hard to know exactly where the positions are, because it's not even like a line on it to kind of show you. It's like you literally have to practice and just fiddle with it to kind of figure it out. Because if I play, the best position I got is 0. And maybe 6. That's
all the way out.
And
That's all the way out.
I can't reach 7. So 6 is the longest for me. You know, so it's like he has the skill to where he can literally kind of push it where it's like it goes wherever you want it to go. Like how I just had to point that out. I don't know. I just had to point that out because that's crazy. Okay. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Okay. So we have this video of Mr. Chandler playing at this jazz cafe, and we're going to react to it, y'all. I hope y'all are ready. I really do. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, Trill. Hold on. Wait. Mr. Chandler, are you doing the trill too?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I also have some help from the trigger to make it.
Okay.
So that's like a F to F sharp type thing.
Yeah. But I can lip trill that fast, but to make it sound more,
you know what?
Because it's him. Like, of course he can.
Because it was like I heard the set, but then it was like I heard like brass. And I'm
Yeah,
like, hold up.
you hear that bottom in there.
And
too.
I had to look at the
like,
breath.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, saucy. Hold up. Wait a freaking frack
The
minute.
funny thing is, I know you just
Wait.
warming up. Like you're not even there yet. Like that's the funny
Wait.
thing about it. Like
Okay, that's what's bothering me. I'm getting pissed off already.
I mean,
Already.
he ain't even there yet. Y'all, oh my God.
And it's the way he can switch the registers like it's nothing. Let me tell y'all, we already talked about this, but when you do the little try it.
Do it again. How I'm supposed to do it?
And it's like it's like you have to literally pitch it high to go high. You know what I'm saying? How do you do that so easily?
Well, it's from years of practicing. Like when it really boils down to it, the sound we make with our instruments is from our lips,
Right.
and it comes from buzzing, like that.
Right.
And then the mouthpiece focuses that buzz into the horn. It funnels the vibration into the horn, and the horn amplifies the vibration, and it gives it, and it has the overtones created by the instrument. Now, when you move the slide, that also helps slot the notes and get the notes centered. But the ability to buzz is called an armature. That's called the armature. But then we have what's called the aperture, which is the opening in the middle. And when we speed up the air and we tighten the aperture or tighten the armature, we're able to get a higher buzz, therefore a higher note. So that kind of thing.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
That was decent.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Wait.
Hey, hold up.
Wait.
Hold up. That man said, oh my God, man. Boy, Mr. Chandler. So my question is, you knew you was going up there from where you started at, or like did it just come out? Like, did you plan that to come out, or did it just happen?
I'm proud to say that's true improvisation. I didn't plan that. I that's not something preconceived.
Wow.
It's just in the moment.
Right.
I got the chords going.
Mm-hmm.
I got a certain kind of drummer, a certain kind of bass player.
Right.
The things that they're doing is also improvised. They didn't prepare that.
Right.
And so I'm because I'm soloing, I'm taking the lead in the spontaneity, but I'm reacting to what they're doing. Right. But one of my goals is to kind of tell a story that gets intense and then actually has a resolve. So you can hear where I start at a certain place and I try to build to a climax, right, and bring it to a resolution. And that was a high point of the solo.
Well, you scripted well, Doc. You scripted very
Okay.
well. We at the climax. Let's see what's next. Come on.
Usher ain't got nothing on him. Okay, Usher has nothing on. Who are you playing with in this video?
Alex White these are Detroit-based musicians.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alex White on drums, Yosef Diaz on bass, Ian Finkelstein on piano, and Dave McMurray on tenor saxophone.
Okay. Cool. Man, y'all sound tight, man. Y'all sounding real tight. I'm telling you.
And that music is from a tribute to the Jazz Crusaders.
Okay.
Okay, that's what's up. Yo. Okay.
We're trying to get through it. We try to get through it, Doc.
Like we said, we weren't gonna stop as much. We was gonna try not to because we didn't want you to fuss us out. But
we tried.
Dog it! I said, God, dog it! That was good to me. We gotta go back.
Hey, y'all got it. Y'all locked in. I can see like y'all were really locked in. I like that.
Wait.
Yo.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Wait. We need silence after that chromaticism.
Yo.
Silence. We just need 3 seconds to process what just happened.
So I have a question. So this is not the first time you played with that pianist, like the piano player?
No, we've played together on different occasions with different instrumentation, different music.
Right.
He's definitely one of my first call, but now he's on the road a lot, so it's hard to get him on gigs. But he certainly at that time he was one of my first call musicians.
That whole when you went back up with that like y'all both went, that was too good, man. Like he comped you very well. Very golly, man. That was good.
That's the thing about it. Like when if you hear a solo you like, is not the solo shouldn't get all of the credit.
Right.
The drummer is doing things that's helping. The bass player, that it's a collaborative effort. When you hear a great solo, it's really still the band is improvising, with the soloist taking the lead, but it's the band doing the improvising.
That's true, man.
I literally am speechless. Like, I literally have no words. I'm trying to make words. That's why I'm talking. It might come. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm almost always a little nervous before I solo because I really don't know what I'm going to play.
Right.
Like once we start, the thing is I put in a lot of hours of practice, and I practice certain things to prepare for, or not only to prepare for what may come out. There are things that I hope will come out.
Right.
So in a given moment, I hope that these things will come out, and it's always pleasing when you hear your work ethic in your work. So
Right.
I feel you. That just comes to show, man. You could be a professional and have a bunch of gigs, but sometimes you still gonna have a
I was
little
just about
butterfly.
to say that.
But the thing is, though, once you get into it, oh, it ain't got no
ain't no-
butterflies no more. Oh, it's
Right.
gone then.
That's it.
It's
That's
gone
it.
then.
That's how I am.
I'm like that too, but not.
I get nervous before I do anything.
You be too nervous.
Especially saying like I can't.
You be too nervous. Like,
Well,
too.
some things I'm more nervous than others, but like singing wise, I don't know what it is, but I always wanted to play more than sing. But it's like sometimes it depends on the moment. Like recently, I've been called to play more, but sometimes I'm called to sing more, and I don't know what it is. I get real nervous when I have to sing, especially gospel, because I mean my goal is for God to be satisfied more than anything, and for my notes to come out clean. I'm not really a bad singer, but
right.
every now and again I might do a little scratch, and I'd be like, wait, hold up. So yeah, I think that is very much a stereotype that people think that we as performers, don't really get nervous, and stuff like that. So that's a good point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Man,
I'm just recuperating.
It just felt good to hear, just
good trombone.
Yeah, man.
Because trombone is, I don't know, maybe I don't see it a lot. I just don't see too many. And then if I do, I hold them to your standard.
Right. We got spoiled. We really got spoiled.
Absolutely.
Lying. We got spoiled.
My middle school teacher was a trombonist, but absolutely not. Like, no. So we were spoiled because not only did we have a great scatist
right
and trombonist, but also, he composes his own music.
That's true.
And that's what we performed. We weren't, playing the basic type of music. It was all, and it was good, like the chording and everything.
Yeah, definitely. It was real jazzy. Like you could just tell, like the person that wrote it loves jazz.
Yeah. So since you say you grew up on hip hop, what kind of stirred you to jazz?
Well, in high school, I was in band, and I was in the jazz band, and we played a combination of jazz and R&B. So I was introduced to jazz in high school, but the main thing that I was listening to is hip hop. I was a rapper, beatboxing, breakdancing, the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, we got pretty low.
Yes, sir.
Even in some of my school concerts where I did some rapping in those concerts or some dancing, but I started getting gigs playing the blues, playing salsa, and then playing jazz. And then I heard my all-time favorite record, which is Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, and some Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers. I started listening to John Coltrane, and I started playing a few gigs here and there where I would make some money. And then it just, at that point, I realized I love doing this and I can make a living doing this. So I just stuck with it.
Even to the point where, playing with Herbie Hancock,
right,
and all these big bands, like that's crazy.
But that's the key, though. Once you find something that you like doing, it's not even work no more, man.
Right.
It's not even work. That's everybody's goal. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you reached it, my boy. Okay. You reached it.
Okay, because it was, because we was hurt when you left us. We was but hurt.
Well, let me tell you. First of all, Claflin was my first full-time job teaching music.
Okay.
So in a sense, that was the first time in my life I was a full-time musician. Dang. I wasn't performing full-time, but from the beginning to the end of my day, year in, year out, it was just music was my job. Right. And so you're talking about that not happening until I was 42.
Oh, wow.
So when I left Claflin, I was not looking for another job. In my heart, I was going to stay there and build my life around being at Claflin. And then I received the email from a good friend of mine saying that Wayne State University is hiring, which is my hometown.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So my first thought is they're not going to hire me there, but I have to try. Right. I have to try to get a full-time job at home in Detroit.
Understand.
And I had no plans of leaving Claflin. I promise you.
Right.
And that's why you all didn't know. You came back the next in the fall, and I disappeared because it wasn't even official until like August or something like that, or July.
Right.
After the semester was over.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was in the runnings to get the job, but it wasn't official. So I applied just because I felt like I had to apply. Got the position in the middle of summer, and I was gone by the time y'all got back. But I loved you all. I hated the fact that I didn't get a chance to continue your education and watch you all graduate. There's pros and cons to leaving a job, but definitely coming back home was the best thing for me to do. And
we understand.
Listen,
trust me. We want you. We glad you got to be selfish sometimes. You know.
Yeah, we was just a little selfish, and you know what we was dealing with.
Yeah, that's all.
Yes, otherwise, other than you. So
but we want for
heavy
us to be cool with you. We wanted you to be cool.
You know what we was going through.
Yeah.
Okay. If you was at Claflin from 2016
my God.
to 2019, because 2020 we didn't even have a director.
And I was going. I was
2014 to 20. Yeah, I ended 2016.
Yeah.
I did 3 years. Yeah.
And I left in 2019. The end of the fall
2019 to
fall
2020.
Of 2019. Yeah.
We didn't have but it was a great experience because it taught us so much about just thinking outside of the box. I mean,
facts
in so many ways, and the opportunities even that we had locally or
for sure
statewide. It was definitely a great experience. I mean, so I'm proud to say I got to play with and be under
Vincent Chandler.
Vincent,
yes, sir.
Chandler. That can be in my resume.
For sure. For sure.
Well, I was definitely honing skills, developing skills with you all, and I've made some new advancements since then. But I owe it to my experiences at Claflin that really gave me the experiences that put me in position to go to where I am now. So you will always be a part of that developmental part of my history. So that's why I'm really, really happy to do this interview with y'all.
Listen, I thank you.
We're
for
giving you a hug all the way in Michigan.
Look, man, I owe you for every scholarship that I've ever gotten. After that,
listen,
I'm telling you, my improv.
Everybody,
I'm telling you, they talk improv. Oh my God, this is Vincent Chandler. Vincent Chandler.
Yeah, I'm not the best with improv, but I am. I do know.
I feel like he elevated everybody. That even if they weren't good, you got better if you was with Vincent for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, well,
never can say goodbye.
No. Okay. Next time we go to Michigan,
we got to stop by.
We
got to pull up.
Please do.
Yes, sir, for sure.
We got to thank you, first of all, for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Y'all, give it up.
Clap it up for him.
Give it up for the legend, Vincent Chandler. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule.
Thanks for having me.
To react to yourself
for
play.
Sure.
Because one of the reasons why we did this was because we as musicians don't always get to really watch ourselves play and really critique.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Man, I can't wait for the future, Doc. I just can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait for y'all future. And I you all confirmed that I made a positive impact. So this is beautiful.
Yeah. And by the way, I did release a song. It's called the Monday Song.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you laugh, but you're gonna like it though.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I can't wait to hear it.
So much, Mr. Chandler.
Thank you
for your time and your due diligence in music.
Yes, sir.
We really appreciate you, and we love you.
I love y'all too. Thank you.
What is that?
That's a heart, man.
Well, guys, I don't know about y'all,
Man,
but I enjoyed this.
this done made my day /night / weekend.
This brought back so many memories
Ooh,
from class.
man.
Even when Zay was there.
Dog.
Okay.
Whew.
That was a long time
That
ago.
was a long time
He's
ago.
old. So anyway, make sure if you like this video, first of all, send it to 3 people.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our channel
Like
and put your notifications on too, so you won't miss.
when we upload
Yeah, it's gonna be every Wednesday, 7 o'clock.
on the dot. On God.
Zay. Oh, anyway, follow us on social media.
We got Instagram. We got I was about to say Snapchat.
We got Facebook, we got TikTok, and we have Twitch, guys.
Twitch.
We will put our tags in the description below. And if you want to finish seeing that video that we were looking at, we're going to put that in the description below as well.
And we're gonna put his social medias down there as well.
Okay.
You got to follow the greats.
You got to follow him.
You got
okay?
to. You got to.
Yes, one of the legends. Yes, again. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. Well,
So we about to get up out of here.
I'm gonna tell y'all a joke before we go.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. The joke is, why couldn't the bike cross the street?
Wow.
Because it was too tired.
Mm.
Anyway, it's your girl Shay,
This is Zay.
and
You are in the zone.